Introduction. The Age of Health Trends Promise, or Peril. In our digital era, we are inundated daily with new health trends promising rapid transformation. Whether it's plunging into icy water at dawn, adopting a carnivore diet, or detoxifying by eliminating social media. These practices spread like wildfire across social platforms, promising longevity, vitality, and mental clarity. But as a physician and researcher with over 25 years studying human health and aging, I often wonder how much of this is substantiated science, and how much is simply marketing fueled by our collective desire for quick fixes? This question became the basis for a bold experiment: to try 30 viral health trend zones per day over 30 days, and carefully observe the effects on physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Along the way, I assessed which habits aligned with rigorous scientific evidence, which offered placebo or short-term benefits, and which might carry risks if undertaken without caution. This narrative chronicles that journey. It's a blend of personal experience, clinical knowledge, and real-world examples designed to guide anyone seeking to navigate the often confusing landscape of modern health fads. More than a diary of trial and error, it's a roadmap towards sustainable wellness, grounded in science. Day 1-3. The power of cold exposure and movement. Cold plunges. More than a shocking start. Starting with cold water immersion, or cold plunging, immediately awakened both body and mind. Immersing in cold triggers the release of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that sharpens alertness and may reduce inflammation. This phenomenon isn't new. Ancient cultures in Scandinavia, Russia, and Japan have long revered cold exposure for its invigorating and purported health benefits. Scientific studies indicate that cold exposure can enhance immune function, improve mood via endorphin release, and potentially accelerate recovery by reducing muscle soreness. However, it is critical to approach cold therapy cautiously, especially for individuals with cardiovascular disease or Raynaud's phenomenon, where vasoconstriction can be harmful. Steps in walking. The timeless medicine. Parallel to the cold plunges was a daily goal of 10, 0 to 15, 0 steps. This mirrors a foundational principle in geriatric and preventive medicine. Movement is medicine. Regular walking improves cardiovascular health, maintains muscle mass, reduces insulin resistance, and supports mental health. It's a sustainable, low-risk intervention that clinicians have recommended for decades. For example, a 70-year-old patient with type 2 diabetes may see dramatic improvements in blood sugar control and mood simply by increasing daily step count. This underscores the value of small wins in health habits. Days 4-7. Journaling, meditation, and whole food nutrition. Journaling, the therapeutic pen. Adding journaling to the routine revealed surprising mental health benefits. Expressive writing is a simple, accessible tool supported by research demonstrating reductions in cortisol, improved emotional processing, and enhanced cognitive function. One clinical trial involving cancer patients found that journaling decreased anxiety and improved quality of life, illustrating the power of narrative in healing. Meditation. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness meditation, incorporated early, aligns with decades of neuropsychological research showing reduced activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center. Enhanced prefrontal cortex regulation, improving decision-making, and decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression. This practice promotes neuroplasticity, enabling the brain to adapt and rewire, a crucial factor for healthy aging. Whole food diet. Fueling the body right. Shifting toward a whole food diet emphasized consumption of unprocessed vegetables, fruits, nuts, and lean proteins, avoiding refined sugars and additives. Such diets are well documented to reduce systemic inflammation, improve gut microbiota diversity, and support metabolic health. The participants' early body scans provided objective data to monitor subtle physiological changes. Although most benefits appeared mental in the first week, a common pattern given the time needed for biochemical changes. Days 8-14. Skincare, stretching, and the caffeine challenge. Skincare. Protecting the largest organ. Though often overlooked, skin health is vital, especially with advancing age. Incorporating a layered skincare routine: cleanser, toner, antioxidant serum, moisturizer, and sun protection leverages dermatological science that demonstrates reduced photoaging, improved barrier function, and enhanced collagen synthesis. Stretching. Mobility equals freedom. Daily stretching aimed to preserve joint range of motion and reduce risk of falls, a leading cause of morbidity in seniors. Research confirms that consistent flexibility training improves balance, proprioception, and reduces chronic musculoskeletal pain. Eliminating caffeine, the double-edged sword. Caffeine's stimulant properties can boost alertness and performance, but excessive intake disrupts sleep architecture and may exacerbate anxiety. Quitting caffeine proved difficult, highlighting the psychological as well as physiological aspects of dependence. A relevant clinical vignette involves a middle-aged patient who improved hypertension and sleep quality by reducing caffeine intake, reinforcing the necessity of moderation. Days 15-21. Fatigue, dietary adjustments, and mental resilience. The paleo and keto shift. Metabolic modulation. Transitioning to paleo and ketogenic diets aim to reduce carbohydrate load, encourage fat metabolism, and lower systemic inflammation. While some research supports ketogenic diets for neurological conditions and weight loss, challenges include nutrient deficiencies and social isolation due to restrictive food choices. During this phase, exhaustion and motivational dips were common, a natural response to metabolic adaptation and psychological stress. Mental resilience, navigating the slumps. The experimenters' candid reflections on cravings and mood fluctuations underscore the need for flexibility in lifestyle changes. Sustainable health behaviors require acknowledging human psychology and avoiding all-or-nothing mindsets. Days 22-28. Social media detox, carnivore diet, and heart health. Digital detox, reclaiming focus. Removing social media reduced cognitive overload and anxiety, a growing concern in psychiatry. However, social connectivity is crucial, so balance is key. The development of a screenless tool to limit screen use while remaining reachable represents innovative behavioral health support. Carnivore diet, an extreme experiment. Consuming exclusively animal products raises questions about micronutrient adequacy, fiber intake, and cardiovascular risk. The participants' experience of heart pain warrants caution, emphasizing that extreme diets should be supervised medically. Clinical reflection. Cases exist where patients adopting extreme diets experience transient benefits but suffer longer-term complications, illustrating the need for personalized nutrition advice. Days 29-30. Measuring ketosis and red light therapy. Ketone monitoring. Objective metabolic insight. Measuring blood ketones provided concrete evidence of metabolic state, allowing adjustment of dietary adherence. This practice is common in clinical ketogenic therapy and diabetes management. Red light therapy, emerging adjunct. Red light therapy's potential in enhancing mitochondrial function and reducing oxidative stress is under active research. Early evidence supports modest benefits in skin, health, and muscle recovery, but remains experimental. Final reflections, lessons learned, and practical recommendations. What worked? Adequate hydration and moderated caffeine enhanced energy sustainably. Replacing screen time with reading improved mental clarity. Daily stretching and skincare contributed to physical and psychological well-being. Reducing sugar minimized mood swings and cravings. Sauna use promoted relaxation and recovery. Mindful social media use reduced stress without sacrificing connection. Cautions. Avoid jumping on every trend. Not all are evidence-based or safe. Extreme dietary restrictions can backfire without professional guidance. Lifestyle changes require pacing and personalization. Case example. Consider Mrs. Johnson, a 67-year-old retiree who tried a popular detox but became fatigued and irritable. After medical consultation, she adopted moderate walking, balanced meals, and social activities, achieving sustainable health gains. Conclusion. Toward balanced and sustainable wellness. In the sea of health trends, science guides us toward habits rooted in balance, personalization, and patience. Small, consistent changes grounded in evidence build resilience and longevity, far better than chasing perfection through extremes. As you navigate your health journey, remember, your best regimen is one that you can maintain joyfully, safely, and sustainably.